Hello and welcome everybody, I'm Barbarian in this Crusader Kings 2 and we have returned here as the wonderful King Raymond, and for the first time I'm actually saying this without any sarcasm. King Raymond of Jerusalem is indeed quite the extraordinary ruler, and I believe that he will probably lead us to absolute success. Now with that being said, I read of course your comments, in regards to Byzantium, in regards to, the East Roman Empire, and I feel as though there is a solution here that may satisfy both sides, at least I hope so. What I will certainly at least try is, to have both of those sides fulfilled. Now with that being said, I would like to go on and potentially become the lord of the Byzantine Empire, because what I think everyone can agree is that once I inherit Epirus, the borders of the Byzantine Empire will be absolutely atrocious, and that of course is unacceptable. It is something that we have to get rid of. It's something that we have to work on, and I think that is exactly what we shall do. Now, I also already dissolved the fleet that was over here that I still paid for. Very foolish, of course, but, here we are. Let's just fast forward a bit, eh? See, what I'm thinking about is essentially we are now looking at a situation where we are a member of the Hermetic Society. Maybe we can even make, a firearm or something. We are the Lord of the Knights Templar, and even better, I think we have built an observatory, meaning that we can become a scholar. I think we have a true future ahead of us. A good future, I mean. Though some time has now passed since my coronation, the good people of Galatia are still in a festive mood, glad to finally see the king's status be recognized by the church. It would be nice to see my subjects continue to celebrate my rise to the throne, if it were not for the fact that they are also using this as an excuse to work less. You know what? Let them celebrate. I don't think he really cares. He knows that the celebration makes it so that everyone will love him. And of course, that is something that he cares for. I mean, when he was 11, he decided that he would be world-renowned by starting the forging of a bloodline. In order to properly heat and transform metals or other substances, I require furnaces of differing temperature and flames of different types. The alchemical texts speak of various setups that could be beneficial. I will pay out of my butt. I will aim higher than any of those that have come before me, of course. A bit expensive, but I think we have the money. Look at us. We are a nice little kingdom, fairly contained as well. Your observatory is finally ready. It is with great anticipation that you prepare to make your first observations. I wonder what strange things I will discover. Well, let's find out, shall we? Not all pottery is suited for the kind of alchemical work I do. My experiments require both the crucible and the dark and highly fire-resistant pots in which even the strongest metal can be melted. Good quality does come at a high price, however. Only the best will be good enough. Absolutely. 20 bucks. What's it worth? I mean, it is literally worth 20 bucks, but that's also just 1 month of income. The local smiths do not seem to appreciate the great care that must be taken to create the kind of tools we need to work the fires of my laboratory. Perhaps in time they will learn, but so far the results have been most disappointing. We must import tools we need, absolutely. I can spend this money. I will be a legendary, an absolutely great alchemist. The glass in which I keep my concoctions is brittle and breaks easily. This may be tolerable for beakers and other dispensable glass, but earlier today a giant alembic shattered. Alembic? See, I had chemistry, of course, in school, as you do, but I don't know the English terms for it. Alembic. Shattered into 1,000 pieces after having been heated carelessly by one of my helpers. We must only ever buy the most expensive and durable glass, of course, and Galatia is prospering. Oh, very nice. They're celebrating, and now they are prospering. I'm absolutely in favor of it. Now, the Fountain of Youth, and just for the record here, I need to be a mystic. Interesting. Very, very cool. Okay, we're gonna figure that out. So here's how it works, essentially, with the mystic, and I made the music a bit quiet, but you know what, I'm actually gonna skip this because I love the PDXmas carol and I will start every video with it, but I have to check whether the last part here is too loud because I know that in the last episode I was screaming over it and I don't want to do that, of course. But let's just skip it for the moment and see how it is, in this video, and maybe in the next one we can listen to it completely. One moment you're shivering, the next you're sweating, and overall you feel awful with a fever. And Frary says, Frary insisted he should abstain from food in order to feel better and prescribed a 3-day fast. That did not work. Son of a gun. Sometimes the difference identifying success can be as hard as achieving it. Many metals and other substances are so alike that only an expert can tell them apart. To avoid mishaps, perhaps it would be best to invest in a rich library for reference literature to avoid unwelcome surprises. Absolutely, my librarians shall not rest until we have such a collection. I will not rest until we have all the money poured into this wonderful laboratory. I will be the one with the best laboratory, the greatest esoteric that anyone has ever seen. Magus. The ambition of a king. After months of hard work and a considerable amount of money spent, the laboratory of Roussel de Bailleul is the envy of anyone who wishes to delve into the deeper secrets of life. This office of alchemy allows the king to perform any experiment that has so far been documented, and is a testament to his great ambitions in the field. As above, so below. Gain 30 economic technology points, as well as a state-of-the-art laboratory, prestige, and learning. Oh my god, we are the smartest dude alive. My new laboratory is the envy of both those that now live and all that came before me. I dare say even Hermes, the thrice blessed, himself would be impressed by the setup I now employ to uncover the hidden secrets of matter and spirit. And we have achieved it. We have 30 learning now. 30 damn learning. Absolutely crazy. You have spent many nights looking at the stars in your observatory. It is truly fascinating. There are so many questions to ask. See, I originally wanted to go with how do the stars move, but I do want to, and somebody pointed this out, thank you for that, I do want to build the Blessed Fountain of Youth, meaning, I'm going to say, is there something strange out there? Because that is how you become a mystic, and you have to be a mystic to build this garden. Or rather, not this garden, this Fountain of Youth. Where is it? Where did it go? There it is. You need to be a mystic, as you can see, so let's just do exactly that. Become one, and learn, you know, whatever the Fountain of Youth can do for us. I mean, probably can't really do much, but, you know, it's just a decision. I've never built it, so I'm like, I have no idea what that is, but I do want to find out, that is certain. And with that being said, now this civil war in the Byzantine Empire is of course still going on, but I'm not going to intervene as of right now. I think we shall be patient, and only eventually will strike. There is of course the Crusade coming up, and I believe that it will be coming up in this episode. Now, you know, you had different opinions on that as well, which is very much welcome. You know, it is always a sight to behold, to see all of these potential options that I could pick from, and I gotta tell you, there are some good ones. Some people said you should go against the Seljuks, others said you should definitely not go against the Seljuks, and instead go against the Holy Roman Empire, and honestly, I'm not entirely certain. I think both options are nice, because against the Seljuks I could claim Syria and finally get this sweet, sweet Levantine coast, and you know what? I think that's really nice. I mean, I like the idea of going against the Holy Roman Empire and saving Christianity, but he doesn't care about Christianity. He doesn't care about, you know, doing something that pleases the Pope. He cares about, of course, you know, being kind of seen from a good light when it comes, you know, towards the church, but he cares more about his personal realm. He doesn't want to be, you know, in a situation of harm against those around him, and right now the Seljuks and the Byzantines are both his biggest concerns. My brother, as you know, we're always in need of more ingredients to perform our experiments. These experiments are essential to uncover the mysteries of the world. I propose a joint venture to combine our knowledge in an effort to identify and gather ingredients, so that our search for truth will not be halted by such worldly things as material shortage. To complete the quest, you have to successfully harvest ingredients that can be used in your alchemical experiments. Speaking of alchemical experiments, I would love it. Also, how are you feeling about me? Fairly well, fairly good actually. I'm gonna put you on there, and I'm gonna have you convert. I caught Count Freri of Darum and my courtier Sibyl in flagranti, huh? Do I care for this? I don't think I care for this at all, but he is highly suspicious. You know what? Expose him. I don't know what he's up to, but nothing good, I guess. Neophyte Zalislan has offered his help with gathering much-needed ingredients for further studies of the mysteries in the world. But first I need to decide what kind of ingredients we need. Why don't we go? I never looked up which one does what, if that even is a thing that you can look up. But you know what? Let's go into the forest. We will hunt for the most prized animal parts. Sure, I suppose. Observing the stars at night, you have begun to sense some irregular movements. You also notice that some stars seem to appear and disappear at odd times. You need to study this more. Please. Oh, I gained paranoid, guaranteed, and maybe diligent. We did not gain diligent, but we gained paranoid. That sounds about right. Somebody, you know, obviously he never wants to be in a situation where anybody can surprise him. I think this is a personality. If you know, do anything that surprises him, he will absolutely hate you. King Raymond wants to know everything, and I believe that he assumes that he does know everything. The County of Karak has been converted. Very nice. Together with a small band of hunters, Mayor Zalislan and I have set out to hunt animals in the forest in an attempt to gather animal parts. I love that he comes from over here. Oh, look at Ghana. Good God, Ghana. Congratulations. Will they be able to reform? Oh, that is insane. Wait, what? Yeah, there we go. They hold 3 holy sites. Ghana might be able to reform the faith. Oh, that is incredible. If they get that done, that would be super cool. These ingredients will be invaluable in experiments to understanding the aspects of the world. Let's catch up, Prey. Let's do it, boys. Let's get them. Let's dab on them. Atan de Lomania seeks to kill Neil Dunbar. Ah, the Knights Templar, of course. The Knights Templar. Lothar the Cruel, or Lothar, I should say, is German. The forest is full of wild animals. Even though they are elusive creatures, our cunning is more than enough to find their hiding places. We did it. And I got 2 ingredients. Let's take a look at that, eh? What do we have here? We have, first of all, obviously I'm going to equip that. The eyeballs and a snout. Also, water clock. Where did that come from? Am I losing my mind? I created that? No, wait, I did not create that. I think I am... Yeah, I'm... Wait, what? Wait, I forgot. Who created this? I don't think I created this. Am I losing my mind? Yeah, Roussel II. When did I create the water clock? Wait, what? Developed thousands of years ago in ancient China, the water clock is the means of tracking time by the movement of water. I must have gotten that in 1130 from one of those Chinese travelers, and I must have completely overlooked it. Wow. That's pretty embarrassing, I gotta tell you. I don't even know what's in my inventory at this point. Well, you shall be my spy master. Don't you act out against me. I swear to God. I hate that he didn't legitimize any of them. Come on, man. I mean, you know, I can obviously still give them titles, and I can marry you off, and that is exactly what we shall do. I'm going to marry you to this Italian lady, I think. Sure. A daughter was born to Buzila the Ill-Tempered. Wait a minute. Ah, a bastard. I understand. Blessings upon your house. I don't want to hold a grand tournament. I don't think he thinks that much about that opportunity there. The research you conduct in your observatory at night is proving deeply fascinating. You could push your studies further, but you'd need to purchase more equipment for it to be meaningful. Absolutely. We've done this before, of course, in an achievement run. It was on a bit of a different pretense, I think. King Raymond of Jerusalem, your spymaster, Grandmaster Lothar of Knights Templar, was killed by armed thugs when investigating a rumor about a plot in Galatia. Ah. Something is rotten in the state of Denmark. Really does make me think. Write a theory paper? Absolutely. I face the daunting task of researching and writing an entire theory paper to be reviewed by my peers. To have it be accepted by the order would be a great boon to me, but if the quality is found to be lacking, it might be a big blow to my prestige. You know what? I will make an extraordinary effort. We did not gain stressed or ambitious. You know, it can be very positive, it can be very negative. In this case, it did absolutely nothing. Let's write a paper. Can't hurt. Perform scrying and brew potion of eudaimonia to heal depressed and stressed. That is super cool. I love it. The County of Colonia has been converted. Dude, we're actually doing it. The Western Church is becoming the Eastern Church. Monks from the nearby monastery have been stopping by to trade for supplies quite often lately. They usually linger to talk and exchange knowledge. I should seek their company more often, or how tedious these men of God. You know what, let's talk to them. I don't think he hates him, and I think he knows that he has to engage with them when he wants to, or if he wants to be king and remain so as such. But of course, I don't think he will ever be a lover of Christianity. And look at that, we have yet another rebellion against the Holy Roman Empire, but they will squash it, and I think this is the last lifeline of the Catholics. This is, of course, a bit of a bigger thing than compared, you know, for example, to England founding their own Anglican church, but I gotta tell you. Oh, look at England. What's going on here? I gotta tell you, this is wild. The fact that the HRE is in the position that it is in, I mean, it's cursed. It is blessed and cursed, because it means that the Pope is indeed a very, very weak man. We are one of the strongest realms surrounding the Pope and, you know, of course, his church. And yet we aren't truly strong. I mean, think about it. You know, we have a lot of money and, you know, a decent amount of troops as well as the allies, but we're not inherently strong. Also, speaking of inherently strong, I wish we could be friends. Maybe if I join your war. You know what? I'm not going to aid you, but I will join your war. Because that may persuade you. Nope, not yet, but we're very, very close. It could persuade him. It is finished. I have produced an excellent paper on hieroglyphic translation. It explores the hidden meaning in these ancient texts, which might in turn provide a new insight in theology. Now all that is left is to submit it to my hermetic peers for review. You know what? I will send it out. You send out the paper and await your peers' replies. Hopefully they will be objective when they evaluate it. Well, we'll see about that, shall we? Having spent ample time considering your paper's worth, I have decided to endorse your work. Thank you, I appreciate it. Having decided to endorse. Very nice. Decided to endorse. Let's go. Everybody's endorsing. Everybody is endorsing it. We are a genius, and I mean we knew that before this, but it's great still. A noble by the name of Ping Chu Ho came to our court today seeking asylum. He claims to have escaped from China after the rest of his family was executed in orders of the emperor. O great king, your merciful nature is known across the land. I implore you to grant me refuge. It would be an untold kindness. Do we still have any grace? We have no grace, and they are now the Mongols. You know what? We shall break with the Chinese, because they are, I mean, they are Mongols. They, you know, aren't really the Chinese anymore ruling over there. You are welcome to stay. What are they going to do, you know? Unrest, expansionist, try me, buddy. Come over here. I'll show you my right hook. It has come to the attention of Emperor Jingzhu Borijin that you are harboring an enemy of the Huan Empire. If Ping Chu Ho is not returned to at once, the Emperor will be most displeased. I am not scared of you. Why don't you come over here? The studies you have conducted in your observatory have convinced you that there are many strange things behind the known cosmos. There are a few sources and no one to share knowledge with you, however. But you have heard of a strange old scholar in the Arabian desert who is rumored to possess vast knowledge of the weird. I will go and see him, absolutely. Success! Enough peers have endorsed the paper, and so the order has accepted it into its library. As a result, my standing with the order has increased measurably. For 5 years we become smarter, that's quite nice. Although, of course, not very important, all things considered. We can level up, and of course, now I can even brew the potion. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. I expressed my views on the whole religion and God thing a bit too loud, and got into a lot of trouble with the priest because of it. I hereby grant you permission to advance. Very nice. Appreciate it, buddy. What's the next stage? I haven't joined this order in such a long time. Make horoscope. Oh, that's kind of nice. On portraits of the children in order to make them a horoscope. Choose Hermetic Act and write a magnum opus. Very, very nice. Dude, this is going to be dope because we're so young and we will definitely rise up to be the Magus. Assuming that is only one position. Yeah, only one person can hold it. It is not like the Warrior Lodges where everyone can be a hero. The Necronomicon. You arrive at the abode of the strange old scholar Ibrahim. After some persuasion, he invites you in. You speak at length and he tells you of the scholar Abdul the Mad, who knew many things of the strange spheres beyond and of talking beings that are not human. You find out that Abdul the Mad wrote a book called the Necronomicon, in which he recorded many strange and unholy truths. Ibrahim says that as he is impressed by your sincerity and desire for knowledge, he can sell you a copy of the book. He tells you to beware, however, as too much intense study of the Necronomicon is set to drive the reader insane. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Give me the Necronomicon. That's what I'm here for. Piety -2, Diplomacy -1, Learning +5. Mysterious book, dealing about the strange spheres beyond. Many strange and unholy truths are recorded on its pages. Despite Ping Chu Ho's fears, no emissaries of the Chinese emperor came looking for him. The time has come for me to leave. I will never forget your kindness. Please take this token of my gratitude. A dragon amulet. Ooh, baby. Quality 4. Build cost down. Monthly prestige. Stewardship. Vassal opinion. This is a different playthrough than what you usually see on this channel. Because usually I don't amass any of that. Usually it's like conquering and, you know, making some conquer decisions. But this is King Raymond. Is one of the most interesting characters that I have had personally under my control in recent memory, because he's just such a weird genius. He's not an extreme, you know, like he's not, oh, I'm mad. He's not like, oh, I hate the church, or I love the church. He just is a very smart ruler. And let me tell you, that will continue. That signal, or rather, ooh, how are you losing this? That kind of situation shall continue. How are you losing this? You know what? I'm gonna send some troops down to you, actually. I will support you, my friend. That is something that we have very rarely. He is actually, and surprisingly so, judging by the, you know, his family, he is a well-tempered man. He has achieved so much and lost so little. And speaking of which, I should probably... Where the hell is it? Apprentice. There we go. Let's hand this out. He is a member of the Hermetic Society, and he isn't that smart, so, you know, I'm kind of the leader of it. Do I have anyone that is interested? Roger would be interesting, but he's not the smartest. You know what, Gottfried? Oh, there you go. You shall have this position and you can aid me. My dear spy master and brother in the Hermetic Order, William, has stepped forth with an idea for a ritual that might invoke the presence of a divine being. We've done that before. I have some interesting flasks that could aid us. This option is available to you because you have an ingredient in a treasury. Oh, that's pretty good. Alright, yeah. No, spend the eyeballs on this, I suppose. And why don't we gather some more ingredients? This time, we can go to the... you know what? Let's go to the hills. Absolutely. Dear colleague, I have found the most fascinating phenomena from observing the sky. I am of the firmest belief that the foundation of the cosmos is hiding somewhere out there. In order to reach higher knowledge, you should take my advice and study the skies thoroughly. You can read the vision, you have to carefully study the sky and solve the puzzles that connect the physical world with the astral one. The instruments and tomes that I had together for my studies of the secret behind the stars have finally arrived. Lenses of different shapes and sizes, together with dusty old tomes written by learned people. These will prove invaluable for uncovering the truth. Now I can carefully observe the sky. Dude, let's do it. Bishop Gorfried and I arrived in the hills early in the morning to collect various useful herbs. There you go. And let's summon the divine. Why don't you tell me about secrets hidden throughout the world? Working in your observatory, you are often disturbed by strange noises, uncannily large insects carrying away smaller pieces of equipment, and odd human-like figures spying on you and then disappearing into the night before you can confront them. You really struggle to maintain concentration and get anything done. I must focus. We turned out stressed. Now that is not that bad because I can brew this potion if I have at least 2 ingredients, which we will have in just a second. In my trance, the divine being tells me of great truths that have been hidden from man. Of alchemy and astrology, of the will of the gods, of the ciphers to ancient texts, and even of things that have not yet come to pass. Once my soul returns to my body, I see the world with new eyes. 100 prestige. For 10 years, we get +2 on every stat. And esoteric knowledge. Absolutely outrageous. The benevolent ruler. The great legal reform of Jerusalem is finally reaching its conclusion, yet new issues seem to have stemmed by my undertaking. There is a growing concern amongst the nobility that these new laws are too lax and might encourage peasants to avoid their responsibilities and acquire seditious tendencies. Nah, you know what? I don't like being charitable, but let's invest that. Sometimes, you know, as long as the peasants are happy and we let them celebrate long after our coronation as well, right? As long as they're happy, there's nothing wrong with it. You want a non-aggression pact? You know what? I don't know you, but sure. My wife was... He's dead. He died... He sent the letter as he died. Meaning I have a non-aggression pact with no one now. Amazing. This has certainly been a very productive evening. I've been able to dedicate all of my thinking to calculate the patterns of the different objects in the sky uninterrupted. Everything is so clear now. And I get Night Owl as well as esoteric knowledge, of course. And my knowledge increases. Very cool. After many a night observing the skies, I've become certain that there is a pattern to the movement of celestial bodies that I have yet to uncover. However, I am considering putting this endeavor to rest for the sake of my other duties. I have to keep going. Right, we're gonna aid them over there. Nothing wrong with that. Striking down the Fatimids even further, I believe, is intended. We have now spent days looking high and low for useful herbs. With both me and Bishop Gottfried exhausted, we are forced to conclude that the small assortment of interesting plants is what we are getting out of this. That's okay, because that I can... What? Oh, I thought we already had one. I thought we already had an ingredient. But we spent both on the earlier experiment then, I suppose. That's a bit of a shame. I will remain stressed then for the time being, but I suppose, you know, maybe I can spend my time on the battlefield. We haven't had any children yet. Oh no, nope, we had not had any children, and she's 28 already. Making sure that landowners and traders are paying their taxes in a timely fashion is a time-consuming task. Lately, my mind has been more occupied with the task of making sure that the stars are in the correct place, rather than the taxes are in my coffers. What is wealth compared to knowledge? You know what? The knowledge of stellar phenomena increases. Sure, let's do it. I can spend that money. After many a night observing the skies, I have started charting the patterns of stars, as well as the movement of certain planets. There's so much to learn. However, my council won't stop complaining about my absence from the court. Perhaps it is time I conclude my research. You know what? Let's keep going. Nothing wrong with that. But I will also not actually be leading then, if, you know... goddamn, what am I doing? If I am, you know, still studying there, then I definitely won't be in the desert fighting the Fatimids. I think I can do that as it stands right now. And look at this. This is exactly what I have been thinking about. We now hold Kingdom of Epirus, as well as the Kingdom of Jerusalem, as well as the Kingdom of Chazianon. 3 kingdoms united. Oh, and also, we still have the loan opener. That's a bit weird. United under our feet. But it looks awful, and I realize this. Now, let me tell you one thing. what I am going to do will probably work, but we will do it in the next episode. I will do something about this. You can absolutely believe me. That will not remain the way it is. I have grand ambitions, although they are not necessarily focused on becoming the Byzantine Emperor. At least not the way that you might think. And I think we can work that out. The book you bought from the Strange Desert Scholar has proven quite useful for gaining new ideas and insights in your studies of the stars and what lies beyond. It does, however, contain some quite disturbing texts and images, things that lead towards a level of understanding that might make one mad. I will delve deeper. Are you out of your mind? The scholar, the strange, the devil, the accursed, or the black. I must delve deeper, dude. What am I? The strange. Yeah, that sounds about right. We did not become mad. Just a bit strange, I suppose. My wife expressed a curious notion of a supper this evening. I miss your conversation, my lord, Pelagia said, taking another sip of a drink. It's all astronomical phenomenon with you these days. Surely, you could take some nights off from your research? One does not simply take a break from this task. Oh, of course, I will spend more time with you, Pelagia. Pelagia, na. You don't understand. After many nights observing the skies, I've started charting the We've already done that. Let's just defeat him here. We got the troops. Not a big deal. Yeah, look at this. Jesus Christ. My careful observations of Venus has finally allowed me to conclude that the old projections of the planet's path across the sky have been flawed. With some precise adjustments, I can present a corrected projection. Let's go. Easy. Yeah, look at that. We are so powerful by being able to wipe them the way that we just did there. That is crazy strong. Very, very strong. Now let's keep sieging here. We are the leader of this war at this point. I mean, realistically speaking, at the very least. I think I kind of want to move on to legalism. I mean, do I really? What's the point, right? None of these interest me. Late administration has some benefits with the succession laws, but then again, do I really need it? What about seniority here? No count or higher. See, I don't actually know if I will change this law. I don't know if this character would really mind. He doesn't have any children, right? So why would he worry about it? He has primogeniture and what's the other one? Primogeniture and seniority. So like from his point of view, there is one heir anyway. So what's the difference in the laws? Why bother with it? As it stands, I don't think that we will bother with it. Great wisdom comes to those who study the world and learn from it. Your studies of the stars and other things beyond this world have taken you on a very strange path, and your learning has increased immeasurably since you started. The stars are right. +1 learning, dude. We are actual geniuses. A 42. You got to be kidding me. That is so powerful. Now, you know what? I just noticed, right? Of course, I don't actually want to hold on to Epirus. I'm going to create that. And I think I'm going to hand it out to my brother. Once he's 16, I shall hand this out. Oh no, you know what? That's the brother that I hit. He can suck it. He's a bastard. He's excluded anyway, but he's not my heir. Or rather, he's not of my dynasty. You know what? You are a son of my mother, however. And I don't think that he ever disrespected his mother. So speaking of that, I will reward my half-brother with a Duchy of Epirus. There you go. Duke Michael II has risen. Orthodox, of course. I can convert him later on. I think that is perfectly fine. Don't really need to sweat that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to bring you up. We're going to be very, very close. The two of us are going to be the best of friends. Your wisdom and mercy are legendary, and the Byzantines are rebelling. Yet again. I will find a way. I just want to point that out. I will find a way for better borders. I already have a plan. But I will not reveal it, because I think the borders that we will end up with will be incredibly cute. And I want to see the surprise in the comments. Unless you already know it, of course. In that case, probably, you know, get out of my head. What about that, eh? I think he would probably go with some majesty, I want to say, then some legalism. I think he's the kind of person, you know, he's writing laws anyway, isn't he? So that makes sense. Other than that, I want to, you know, strengthen our weaker stuff. I could have invested into military organization, but I mean, what's the big deal? Oh, wait a minute. We inherited... What are you? We inherited some troops here. There has been a large increase of pilgrims traveling to see the burial site of the local Saint Raymond, the Spark of God in Galatia. With so many people, this is a prime opportunity for... I could talk to him if we become gregarious. I mean, he doesn't talk to his wife even. You know what? Make some money off of them. Listen. He doesn't even talk to his wife anymore, you know? You gotta be realistic in what you want to do, and I don't think that this is one of the things that we can do. Nasradino, the Shia uprising has declared Jerusalemite Shia rebellion, huh? Well, helped you enough, Egypt, I think. Time to go home. Time to take them out in Ultra Jourdain. They may, of course, not control that piece of land. You are finally certain. Absolutely certain. There are things you understand now that lie beyond the ken of normal men. If they knew, oh, if they knew. But it is the task of scholars such as you to keep and preserve such things in secret, lest all humanity go insane with the knowledge of its own insignificance. You gain the trait Mystic. Would you look at that? Stewardship, learning, same trait opinion, and when I have the money, I can build the Fountain of Youth. I am so ready for this. Something that I have actually never done since the Great Works update. Another raving mob. You gotta be kidding me, dude. It's a lot of troops. Well, I guess it is time for the Holy Order to come to my aid. Hey. Kept misclicking there, that's okay. Let's dab on them. Let's absolutely destroy them. And speaking of destruction... Alright, let's finish this war. The Pope will surely soon call a crusade, and it's a de Hauteville. Oh, that's so funny. He will surely soon call a crusade, and I would like it to be for Syria, so that we can truly finish and cement our rule over here. What is this? Just rebelled. You? Really? Peasant revolt. Well, strike him down for... Oh. Oh, you are so unlucky, Ultra Jordan. Oh, that hurts. There you go. Strike them down first, and then the other one. Nobody will live if they have challenged me on the battlefield. Let's kick him out. Don't like any of you. Sure. Get him out of here. What? No. How did I die? Severe stress, you gotta be... This serious is killing me. It's actually killing me. Oh my god, dude. Well, that sucks. That sucks quite a lot. Yeah, that's really bad. I mean, we're a decent character, and there's nothing wrong with us. We're just 16 years old. We're a cool dude, but unbelievable what kind of person we just lost. An absolute legend. Dies to stress. How often does someone die to stress? Shortly after the death of your brother, King Raymond the Strange, you brought a strange piece of news. It seems that his library was raided, the only item stolen being a strange old book of Arabian origin. 2 servants who were in the library at the time were found dead, though witnesses refused to describe the state of the bodies. Oh, I'm so mad. I'm so mad. Well, I gotta tell you, the plan that I have in mind still works, but I really wanted to see the Fountain of Youth. You know, I've never had a character as young as 21 die of stress. You have to be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. I've never seen it before. I guess it's the frail body getting together with the stress. But this is just... I am defeated to a degree that I did not think possible. Well, listen, the plan is still on. We will not see the Fountain of Youth, and I am depressed. For we had a truly amazing ruler. Then the game just thought, nah, you're not getting that. And then you also have the Mongols, and the Mongols, what are the Mongols doing here? What are you doing, dear Mongols? Well, either way, I want to thank the members of the channel, namely the Barons Aaron, Stefan, the Richest T, Snywolf, and Sion, of course, the one and only Count, Suspicious Duck, and then the wonderful, the gorgeous, the strong Dukes, Nathan, Herman, Knight of Squires, Kenneth, the legendary Eric, Lexzo, and Benedict. If you also want to support the channel, then consider becoming a member by checking out the join button right under the video, and consider buying Paradox affiliate, or rather Paradox games via my Paradox affiliate link in the description. I get a little bit of a share from any purchase you make, but there is no extra cost to you. What a depressing episode. The game giveth and the game taketh away. Later. Depressed alligator.